Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, if you can hear a little bit of a croak in the BonBon voice today, I have a little bit of a chest infection. I feel absolutely fine, but I am just a little bit raspy and it's a bit of a struggle to talk. But I feel fine. If you told me there was something wrong with me and my voice was normal, I wouldn't believe you. So anyway, I've got two maps today. The very first one is a take on the Pacific Northwest. The second one is a fantastical map, but a beautifully playable fantastical map. And I think they're both going to attract their own subscribers. I think the second one might capture a few of your eyes, so don't disappear at the halfway point. But before we have a halfway point, we have a start point, and here it is. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's first map is Savva Bay by Steelwonder, and
it's my first map.
That's right, they've done a very good job. For a first map, this is a very good job. There's your start square, that looks very usable. Dry river there, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, that dry river. Terrain heights, well, we've got valleys and we've got coast and we've got a bay, so maybe you can do a bay bridge across there. We've got strong resources across the map if you're looking for a resource-based game, and if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do a fishing game, fishing map is a little bit ordinary, but it's not always about the fish. Okay, off to the workshop, but what do we need? Well, let's scroll down and show you. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. And then, well, that's it, basically. It's 100% vanilla. Now, we'll be using the SCT, the Stray Cats Territory Homecoming theme, with the photorealistic by Reaper Lut, which are the two recommended, as is the 81 tile mod recommended. You don't need any of those, but if you do, your map will look more like this, and you'll be able to build out of the 25 tiles as well, if you want to do those things. So anyway, yes, a first map, and the standards here are good. I'm going to say it, they are good. First map makers these days, they tend to either be, well, yeah, making it in 5 minutes or half an hour and realising you've got a lot of work on your hands, or they've got a pretty decent idea what they're trying to achieve and what sort of standards they want to put in. That's what we've got in this first map. We have got some very nice standards, and again, if you're looking to do a Pacific, hang on a second, I thought, do you know what, I thought that was a tree on the road. It's just a shadow. I've been misled by another shadow. Hank Marvin was the first one. He told me no, let's not go down that way. Anyway, trumpet intersection, some very nice standards on the trumpet intersection. It's low and smooth and doesn't do anything stupid. We've got some long highway ramps as well. Question is 5 lanes into 3 lanes. Given that we are using mass transit, we could have gone 4 lanes into 4 lanes and then reducing down to 3 lanes. I mean, there was definitely, in terms of lane management, given that we're using mass transit, it could have been a little bit more clever, this map, if you're worried about those sort of things. Of course, making it work for you, it's not a big job. It's not a big job at all, but it's the fun part of the game. So maybe Steelwonder is making the game more playable for us by giving us a few little bits and pieces that we can be playing with as we go on. Start square intersection is very nice. Look at this. It's kind of well, a squished clover leaf, isn't it? Not quite a clover leaf, but a squished clover leaf. And again, standards here are very nice indeed. Even the pillars are managed to avoid going on the roads. They could have been angled possibly there, but it's not necessary. And we have avoided to have any pillar clipping going on. Anyway, the road and the rail, we're now kind of following both, I feel. Hey, maybe we should switch to the rail. We've got that dry river, and we will be coming back to this dry river because I've got a grumble with it. I have got a grumble with it. It's just a grumble. Just ignore me. Yeah, honestly, it's very nice. It's very nice. In terms of city build, absolutely 100% approve of it. Oh, down here you'll see, if we follow the rail, we have got everybody's favourite factory. Yeah, we got one of those. And the rail continues. And you might have noticed that the rail can't be accessed in this direction from the factory. But that's fine, because the factory's just a prop and it don't work. So that doesn't matter, does it? Does it? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, we do have a separate rail line over here as well. Back where we started, by the way. If you recognise the road off to the right, that's the one we followed a moment ago. And we've got another little factory down this way as well. I thought I'd show you this because I think this is a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, because we have a terminus down here as well. And I like the way the rails have been done on either side of the factory there as well. So I would say, good job, well done. And all told, I would say good job, well done on the entire map. There's a lot of good stuff. I mean, the shapes and the size and the scaling of the mountains. Scaling is something that a lot of new players have problems with. In fact, a lot of experienced players have problems with. I have problems with scaling. These mountains feel about the right size for the map and don't overpower, whilst adding a level of complexity to the city build. Yeah, you want to build around the mountains, don't you? Got the bay. We have a big old bay there. Everybody loves them. No, that's a bridge, isn't it? We've got shipping routes. Now, it's a first map, okay. What we could have here would be nice are some shipping triangles. This one's not too bad. That's not too sharp a turn. And then this heads off into the bay, where we get a little potential sharp turn going on down this way. But you can put your harbour in that area. It's nice to have. And then if we head back on this way down here, we've got a right angle turn as well. So be expecting your ships to do some funny stuff out in the ocean. But again, many of you don't care, so that's fine. Water flow in the start square. Well, you've got a river there. And you can see we have strong water flow from the river. So if you're looking to pump and draw, then you can do that quite happily here until you sort yourself out with some options. And options are nice. So anyway, apologise again for the voice. I'm doing my best not to croak as we go. But yeah, we've got some very nice stuff here. First of all, the beaches. The beaches aren't too bad. They are a pretty nice shape here. Excuse me. Pretty nice shape here. We've got some driftwood on the beaches as well. I don't mind these beaches. I mean, they're not the most polished beaches, but they are good beaches. And I will take good over everything being 100% polished. That works for me. It's just a nice shape. I completely roll with those. Also, the tree painting on this map, very nice as well. Credit the tree painting on this map. Just got a little bit of fade as we go into the mountains. We've got some trees in the mountains, but they just sort of like fade out and fizzle out as we go up into the dry area. That is very nice tree work. Well done, Steelwonder, on that. Credit. Many a better creator, more experienced creator has done worse tree work than that. Now, this beach here, this is off to the edge of the map, but using the 81 tile mods, which is recommended, you will find this. There's a whole bunch of trees just on their annual holidays, putting their beach towels down and thinking about going for a paddle. But yeah, not every beach is perfect. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Now, this dry river. And it is a dry river. In terms of gameplay, I like it. It's wide enough to make things interesting, and it's just interesting. But because of the width of it, this probably had, or has in the wet seasons, this tree, would it be in the water in the wet season? I don't know, maybe. But a large amount of water coming down this way. So the source of this river needs to be, well, believable. Maybe a dam or something like that. But what we have for a source is right here. I mean, it's not far in. Is water really going to be gushing out of here enough to make that a believable river? Maybe as it's the Pacific Northwest, maybe this is a fault and it's just been cracked open by the old geological shiftings. Maybe, I don't know. I'm speculating. Let me know in the comments what you think on that one. So maybe it's not a dry river after all. Maybe. Now, this is a wet river. And down this wet river, you're going to see one or two wet trees as well. Just a few. They've got their trunks on. Don't worry about it. That's for the BonBonBingo players. Link is in the description. I know how some of you like to play BonBonBingo, because you're as about as sad as me, most of you. Most of you. Anyway, it's a nice river, okay? We just have a few, again, one or two slightly encroaching trees are believable, but a lot of these it's just mystery painting, or mystery tree painting, possibly. And then, so I'm just following it down. Yeah, it's a good, nice, interesting shaped river. And like I say, apart from all of that stuff, the few trees right at the very top there, again, off the edge of the map, 25 tiles, so it probably doesn't matter too much, probably. We've got another little river over here. This one isn't too bad. Similar sort of problem as the other river, but we are well away from the 25 tiles here. And so this little river, and it feels more like a little river, doesn't it? Anyway, the spawn point is right here. We've got a few drowned trees in the spawn point. Again, probably nobody's going to see this one whilst doing their city build. But yeah, that's less important, that one, because it's tucked off. The other one's right down the middle of the map. One more river to have a look at. This one, probably my favourite of the three, because we start with a lake, which is more of a believable water source for the width of the river that we're getting. We've got a little fishing hunting lodge, fishing lodge going on there. Hunting, yeah, maybe we could do some hunting, catch a squirrel. And then we've got a couple of jetties there, so you can row your boat across onto the island. Probably a little Bonbon Lake Island, maybe there, possibly. Not that I'm into fishing, but I do like getting away from people. I really do. People are the worst. Oh, I don't mean that. I do really. Anyway, yeah, and just a few paddling trees along here as well. In the wet season, maybe you'd expect a few of those, but if it was wet season, why have we not got any water in our dry river? I don't know. Liking the rock detailing at the river mouth as well. Anyway, that's plenty enough about today's first map. What do you think of it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now or the link in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But make sure you're voting on Savva Bay, because we have 2 maps. Right, what do I think of Savva Bay by Steelwonder? Well, for a first map, and you get a little bit of leeway on the first map, especially with something like detailing. For a first map, I think it looks pretty reasonable. And whilst there are some areas which feel like they could be polished up a little bit, I'm gonna give it does what it's trying to do. Pacific Northwest, I'm gonna give it, due to the quality of the tree painting in the mountains, 4 stars, but bottom end. Detailing, it doesn't quite, I mean, the trees are great, but it doesn't quite feel like it's singing for that 4th star. Love the intersections as well. To balance the low 4, I'm going to give it a high 3. And for gameplay potential, if you're looking to do a Pacific Midwest build, this is going to suit you well. It's not going to let you down either. It's got a little bit of complexity tied into it, and I like it, especially that dry river or the fort. So I'm going to go for a low 4 stars on that one. Not quite up for the BonBonB seal of approval, but I think this is a creator who will be getting many in the future if they keep up with the map making. Right, be right back after this intermission. See you in a couple of moments. And so on with our second map today, and this one is definitely going to appeal to quite a few of you. I know what you guys are into, and this one just ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of players. It's by a Chinese creator. It has a Chinese name, which I will try to pronounce badly. I'll give you the the translation according to Google. It's outstanding, the translation. Don't really think it fits with the name, but we'll give it a go. It's临Shan Early by Crazy For You. Yes, we're all going to have a vision quest here. Now, it's the first time on the channel by Crazy For You, but not their first map. And they've got a whole bunch of maps similar to this one. This is the one that stands out for me from the overviews anyway. There's your start square, very busy looking diagonal fields. Very busy. Terrain heights, lots of flat space with lots of little mountains, which is interesting because standing on the mountain is the translation for Linsan Ali, according to Google. Resources are strong. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, anchovies and salmon. That's what you have today. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLC required today, or is there? Get to that in a moment. Network extensions to Fine Road Anarchy is listed, but we've got Game Anarchy now, haven't we? Solstice map theme along with the Coastal LUT, a couple of bridges, 3 bridges, and some rocks and a few bits and bobs. Not a very big list at all. And again, like I say, Fine Road Tool and Fine Road Anarchy, you don't need them, or the modern version, which is whichever is new, because obviously mods are changing all the time. But you don't need them, but you want them. You really do. Come on, let's face it. All of the best mods are worth having. Big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. That's there for the BonBonBingo players. And then we head across to the other side. So yeah, the Solstice theme with the Coastal LUT. And no DLC required today. And I'll stand by that. On the highway, we want to get onto this low highway going straight on, which means we've got to bend off through the mountains, which we'll do right here. And that'll take us down to this cute little intersection. Lots of nice intersection work today. A little bit of stress and strain on the road there, but nothing that's going to really kill the game for you, kill the map for you. Again, another set of very nice intersections. You can see some more nice intersections. Got a little bit of a wibbly wobbly going on here. I mean, it's very cleanly done. I think it could be more cleanly done, especially with the availability of the roads, because using network extensions too, we have multi-lanes, and of course you can use the vanilla roads as well. Right, heading down across this river into the start square. Oh, the bridge here doesn't quite perfectly align. Minor grumbles. Anyway, heading across into the start square over here. I don't think from memory, I don't think you can get onto the start square from this flyover, but we're in the right area now anyway. Little bit of key clipping through the undersides of the roads there. Not a major concern, but pointing it out just for those of you that like to see what standards of detailing are. And I would say this map standards of detailing are very high, but we do have, just like I say, just a minor bit of glitching through. Not so bad. Some of you might be okay with it, looking at it like that. Anyway, this is your main buildable area, your main start square area. So you can't get to it from the route that we took, but there are other routes. Yeah, these roads, they are connected. They are all connected up. So you will get traffic coming to your start square. But I wanted to follow this way because we have a tunnel going through the mountain here. We've got a few mountain tunnels going on today. We'll talk about tunnels a little bit later on as well. So don't think I'm skimming over the tunnels. I'm not. We're coming back to tunnels. And then the road heads on and away. So yes, this is a sort of map that is definitely going to appeal to a lot of players. It's got a lot of buildability because of the flat space, the way that the map is broken up with tree lines, with the mountains, and with the shape as well. It's also because it's all based around the 25 tiles, so you've got this island shape going on around you as well. So you are restricted by the coastlines. But whilst it's an island map, it isn't an island map. Does that make sense? Yeah, it is properly connected up. So what is around the outside, the ocean around the outside, could easily be just land or more mountains. It doesn't make any difference, really. Anyway, like intersections, do you? Well, I've got one for you coming up ahead. Oh boy. Yeah, do you know what? There's been some very nice intersection work over today's two maps. And this is nice intersection work. Look at this. I mean, impressed or what? What? Yeah, I'm impressed. If you're looking for, pardon me with the cough there. If you're looking for clipping pillars or clipping street lamps, I'm not seeing any. There might be one or two because there's a lot going on. But I spent a good few minutes looking at this one. I didn't find anything that I wanted to show you. So therefore, I think we call this a win for the creator. Crazy for You has absolutely cracked it there. Okay, now as well as quite a bit of networking going on there with the highways, we also have some rail as well. Some nice sidings going on there without any catenary chaos. Got a little rail over little inlet bridge there, which if you want to put a harbour at the end, that might block things out a little bit for you. And then, like I say, we've got a very nice, intricate rail system. Some places, like there, it goes across at ground level. Other places, we're elevated. And then we'll have some rail tunnels as well. I think we'll go right here, just because it's a slightly more interesting route. Not least, we get to have a look down this route here. Again, it's just a little bit different. Again, is a bit intricate without being too intricate. And it's also something you can look at and go, I could use this. And I could use this. And if I could use it, I'm sure you, with your extremely highly skilled city building abilities, you're going to be able to build on this as well. Because it's just so lovely, 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 lovely. Anyway, the rail goes off this way, and then it's going to follow down this way. And then we've got harbour areas. And again, we've got the rail cutting across some pre-cut harbour areas, which is not going to work for vanilla shipping. But then the highway across to our right there isn't going to be high enough for vanilla shipping either. So I'm not sure what you're going to want to do over here. Maybe sort of like garbage collection, landfills, possibly on those island areas there, maybe. Anyway, we could follow highways and rail quite extensively across here, but there's a lot of other things to look at as well. Like, for example, if we pull the camera back a little bit, the overall shape. Nice, simple, but complex shape of an outside of the island. We've got some very nice mountain shapes as well. The tree painting on the mountains does feel a little bit spammed. We've got some very intricate tree work around the map, like lining of the rivers and field painting. But and again, unusual field painting at that. But across the mountains, I'd say they're a bit meh. It's like, it's all right. It just doesn't raise the map to another level. All these pre-cut harbours, like I say, with the road and rail cutting across them, is going to make it difficult if you want to get a harbour over on, say, this area here. Maybe not a good idea. And also, you may have noticed just cutting through with the key, cutting through the rail there as well. So just another area just to talk about. Again, none of this is going to stop any of you from wanting to play this map, because it's just a lovely designed map. Be good for like a Hong Kong style build or something like that. Over here, I don't know what's going on over here. We've got some crazy field paintings as well. Maybe this is their name in Chinese, possibly. I don't know. Probably not. But again, interesting shapes and attractive. Now, you know what I said, or is there, regarding DLC? This area here is all painted in with items from the Industries DLC. If you don't have Industries, don't worry. These buildings won't appear. Your map will not be broken. But if you have got Industries, those are already in place there. Look at this for a rail interchange. Look at this. It's just so slick. So slick. So yes, Industries could be listed as a requirement if you want to have everything that you're seeing in the map today. Little lake. Simply done. Simple detailing on there as well. But again, it's just simple. Everything's simple, but clean and well designed and applaudable. I like it. Very, very busy fields though, with the long shape of the fields there, and something that we do see around the world. Anyway, it's a castle, and it's different, and I approve because it's just a bit different. And then, all right, we do have one or two places you'll see these little elevated at ground level roads causing clippings and cuttings like that. One or two which have shark's teeth. It's one or two. I think I found 3 across the map. There might be 1 or 2 that I've missed as well, but there's not that many. It's not awful. Anyway, road over rail going into tunnels. Now, speaking of tunnels, see how that tunnel is a needs must. There's nowhere else for that road to go. You can't really go around the mountain there, so it appears, it disappears, it goes back into a tunnel here. Where's that road going to go if it doesn't go into a tunnel? Well, yeah, we follow the road. The road emerges over here, actually. So, yeah, that was needed as well, wasn't it? I would argue no. That second bit of tunnel, that last bit of tunnel we looked at, I disagree with. It's nicely done, but would we not, if we were civil engineers, have brought the tunnel through and out this way, through the open territory, and connected up maybe through a little tunnel at the end there? I think that's probably would have made a lot more sense, but in terms of prettiness, that's very pretty. We've got the same again going on here with a rail tunnel almost needlessly going through a little mountain. So you could argue in terms of realism, but is this really a realistic map? Or is it a city builder's fantasy map? I think that's what we've got here, a city builder's fantasy map. Right back to where we started the flyover of the show, we've got a few trees actually just sitting underneath the rail line. Again, just an anarchy setting, but I always show them, let people know that they're there. There we go. Now, I'm sure I have got more I need to show you, like shipping routes. We haven't done shipping routes yet. Yep, there we go. And somewhere down here, we have shipping triangles. We've got air triangles as well, for that matter. We have a shipping triangle over here. Shipping route going through the big old bridge here. Now, we're going through the pillar, but the ships will go either side. There might be a bit of scraping on the rail pillar underneath there, maybe. And then if we go over to this one, another big old bridge. I would have liked the shipping route to have gone slightly more central than going so close to the pillar there as well. But we will come back to this in a minute because there's something else we need to discuss about there. Anyway, the shipping route dead ends here with a couple little T-bar ending, and there's a shipping route going around the other side of the map as well. Right, that bridge is just a little bit low for vanilla shipping. That's all I've got to say about that one. Okay, water flow in the start square. Well, we've got all of these rivers, but in terms of water flow in the start square, not really a lot in the way of motion. So if you are going to pump and draw, be a little bit careful because you could cause yourself some problems there. Again, that's just without using water towers, and there are a few people that don't like using water towers, and so that's for those people that don't want to use water towers. Anyway, I think we've kind of we've hit the nail on the head with this one. City builder map, fantastical, really good for a nice big city build, grid city, but also an organic city as well. What do you think of it though? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now or the link in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But make sure you're voting on临-Shan Er-Li, Standing on the Mountain. But what do I think of Standing on the Mountain by Crazy For You? Well, aesthetically, I think they've done a very nice job. We've got a good theme and luck combo, a nice intricate map design. We haven't really, with the tree painting on the mountains, it holds it back a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for 4 stars, a lowish 4 stars, but I think they've done a remarkable job. I can say the same with detailing. There's an awful lot of very nice work on here. Of course, these won't appear because the DLC, so there's that. We've got a few minor gribbles here and there. I think again, because of the tree painting, we're going to go for a lowish 4 stars. Gameplay, I was going to go 5 stars, but because of the DLC issue, like the question mark, do you have these turn up? Some people might be disappointed, so I'm going to go for a very high 4 stars rather than the 5th star. So that's it. Linsan Early gets the BonBonB seal of approval because I am heartily impressed. And I know there's going to be a whole bunch of people queuing up to play this one. And I wouldn't blame you at all. It's just very nice indeed. Also, a little bit of water motion in the start square would have helped. And of course, for those of you that don't like vanilla shipping clipping, well, you've got to consider that as well. There are a few little things, but I still think all told, a very nice map. But you need to act on it now if you want to subscribe to it, because it might not be there tomorrow. I mean, it will be, but it might not be. What won't be there tomorrow is, of course, your chance to use the word of the day in the comments. Do it now to prove you're part of the 20 and Out Elite. And I'll be back very, very soon with some more very nice stuff. Thanks for watching.